This video is for a very small audience of people who are over 65, sitting in an apartment or retirement center by themselves and just watching life kind of pass them by and want to do something different. That was me. So I got an RV, a 1992 Ford E350 Jamboree. It's 20 feet long, and I've decided to live in that and see the country, see this world. Even though it was in 1992, it only cost me $4,000, but a lot of it didn't work. When I got it, it had no water. The electrical system really wasn't working very good. Um, the refrigerator didn't work because the electrical system didn't work. I had to put about $3,000 worth of repair into the motor and brakes to get the functional part of the RV going. But then I decided to cross the country from San Diego to Darlington, South Carolina, where my brother lives. And, excuse me, he would help me work on the RV part if I could get there. Never had an RV before, never crossed the country before, didn't really even do much camping before. But was it doable? I tried and found out. It took me 7.5 days to cross the country, driving pretty much all day, every day, staying in Love's rest stops. And I got to my brother's house where we spent probably, I think it was 8 or 9 weeks working on the RV part, got water going, got the refrigerator working, got the electrical kind of working. I did buy a gas generator. I did buy a solar panel. I did buy a better battery, and took 50 days, almost 2 months on the return trip. Now remember, this is not a fancy RV. It's a little 20-footer, and I have, as far as income, I need to make it all work on make a monthly cost be less than my Social Security check. So I'm really, really on a very tight budget. Is it doable? Yes. Was it fun? Not yet. I experienced on my trip back major weather problems. Number one being it was way too hot, and without an air conditioner, when it gets to be 110, 112, you get a bit miserable. But would I do it again? Absolutely. The freedom that I have and the independence that I have doing this is just beyond anything I'd ever get staying in an apartment. So those of you who are thinking about this, please, please, please give it at least a try, because the memories I've got crossing the country, the places I've been, the things I've seen, the things I've done, far, far, far outweigh just sitting in an apartment and doing nothing. Watching TV. That was a horrible end of life experience. So I would rather be on the road with some challenges ahead of me that would help me grow. Somebody were to say, how long have you been RVing? I can officially say a little over 2 months now, and I've grown by leaps and bounds. I'll be interested to see what kind of video I make after I've been RVing for like 6 months and then RVing for a year. All I know what it's like to do is RV in the dead of summer in probably the wrong place, which was mainly in the deserts, without an air conditioner. And still, I found it challenging and I found myself more alive than I've ever been, just sitting in an apartment. So um, please, if you're just sitting there doing nothing and you're spending, I know, like in Southern California, it could easily be $3,000 plus staying in an apartment or a retirement center. And that money could be spent in an RV, crossing the country, seeing all kinds of things. Now that I am back in San Diego. The RV is in the shop. I'm getting taking care of some medical things for me, some medical checkups. And then my next trip is going to be, I think, up the western coast. I'm going to go up through Northern California to Oregon, maybe Washington. And then as September, October gets around, there were some places I saw in the dead of summer that, I might be interested to go back to, like some of they're called LTVAs, long-term um, visitors areas that are out in the desert that might be a lot nicer when the temperature's in the 60s and 70s. So yeah, is it doable? Absolutely. Do I recommend it? Over sitting in an apartment and just doing nothing? Yes, I recommend it. But what you've got to get over is the apartment gives you a comfort factor. You, excuse me, you know what every day is going to be like. It's going to be like every other day. Nothing challenging is going to happen, but nothing horrible will happen either. Whereas in the RV, day by day, you may not know where you're going to be sleeping the next night. You may not know what's going on with the RV, with various things, but there's a freedom there. There's a challenge there that I think we all need. So yeah, is it something that after 60 days I'm not turning the RV in. I'm not going to a retirement center. I'm not going to find a cheap apartment to live in, little one room thing in San Diego or something. I'm Once the RV gets breaks, it needs brakes and a little bit of work here and there, and I go through some medical checkups. I'm on the road again, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being in new places, seeing new things, and just this country has so much to offer. The United States is vast and it's incredible. It's a place that people need to experience. It's You only get one time, and it's fantastic. So yeah, do it. Try it. Because worst case scenario, if you don't like it, sell your RV to somebody else and find your apartment. But give it a try. I did, and I'm not looking back. I'm moving forward and just enjoying my life and have more memories in the last 60 days than I've had in the last 6 years. So yeah, I give it the big thumbs up. Go for it.